Hello there, everyone. It's Aaron here, and I am joined once again by Stephen. Thanks for coming and joining me today, Stephen. We're here to talk about some news on some Sony video game adaptations. Do you want to give us a quick rundown of what we've heard today or in the last wee while?
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you for having me once again. And so we've had some big news on the TV adaptation front. Basically, what's happened is Sony had an investor Q&A recently, and in that they confirmed that we're getting 3 more TV shows based on their franchises. So we're getting God of War, Horizon, and Gran Turismo.
It's quite I think, well, we were just saying just before this, some of those are very obvious picks for television shows, others not so much. Obviously, looking at Gran Turismo, a bit of an odd choice. And as we know, in terms of streaming platforms, we have God of War going to Amazon Prime and Horizon going to Netflix. I'm wondering what the strategy is to split them up across different places.
Yeah, I think
I would have wondered if it would have been better to just like have them all in one place, but maybe they're trying to expand so there's like a little bit of Sony property and all of these different audiences. Maybe.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Was it? The only thing I can think of is that they just want to spread the kind of PlayStation brand as far as possible. So because so you've got God of War on Prime, Horizon's going to be on Netflix, and then the other shows you've got The Last of Us, which is going to be HBO Max, I guess, and then what's the other one? Twisted Metal is on Peacock. So they've really kind of cast their net super wide with these.
Twisted Metal is another kind of odd choice for me. Consider, like, are we getting a new Twisted Metal game at any point soon?
Maybe, I don't know. There was a rumor, right, that they were going to go like the live service route with Twisted Metal, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, Gran Turismo wise, I have to imagine that would be like a Top Gear scenario. Maybe
I did have that thought as well. Yeah, maybe the Top Gear route where it's just like Kaz talking about how much he loves cars for 45 minutes an episode.
Well, it just seems up, it's especially considering the structure of Gran Turismo 7. You just have like some guy going to coffee shops and sitting and collecting cars or something. And obviously, like, Gran Turismo's whole thing is that it's the game for car nuts. So you can get into all of the specific parts and stuff like that. That's kind of why I didn't like it personally, because I like there to be cool drifting stuff and all that.
Right.
Like, make it easy for it, make it Need for Speed pretty much is like my kind of driving game. So transferring that to a television show would have to be more of a matter of fact thing to me. I can't imagine there being like an up and coming drive, because there's not even like a specific driving type. It's not like drag racing or anything like that. It's just cars, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the only counter I would have to that is that Netflix does have a TV show called Drive to Survive, which is based on is based on Formula One.
The Formula One show. I watched that one.
I haven't seen it myself, but like I can imagine that they'd do something to that effect, maybe.
Yeah, so the way that the Drive to Survive show works is essentially like interviewing the different drivers and department heads for across the 10, or well, not all of them, but there's 10 teams in Formula One, and it's essentially all about like the drama and the pressure for the drivers. So I mean, that something like that could potentially work.
But like a fake racing championship or something. You just build the drama.
Yeah. Okay. Well, kind of style it like a mockumentary, I suppose.
Maybe.
But I mean, it is exciting, I think, to see Sony put such a big push into the television and movie adaptations, because we're also getting a Ghost of Tsushima movie, aren't we, as well?
That's right. Yep.
Like, at this point, though, I mean, all we've seen, I think, is Uncharted, which I'm not sure how you felt about that movie, but I did not like it at all.
I think I mean, it was all right. It's not like earth shattering or anything, but it was I think it was a relatively serviceable action movie.
Well, I think that was partly the problem for me, was that it was like an okay action movie but not an Uncharted movie.
Sure.
And I think that is sort of the worry, I suppose, when you're looking at these different shows and movies, is whether they're going to be really faithful to the source material. I am quite hopeful for the Last of Us TV show just because of some of the talent involved, and HBO tend to be more serious drama types, which would suit for the Last of Us, obviously. But I mean, yeah, it's a surprising. Well, I suppose it's not really surprising, because if you look across, even outside of PlayStation, we've had the Halo TV show as well, which, you know, is, for better or worse, I suppose, being talked about. And we heard, I think it was maybe the end of 2020, that there was 10 video game adaptations in the works. So obviously we've got probably quite a few more to hear from with this. So, like, do you think the whole, like, what would you think the end game for this is? Like, is the plan just to get more people playing PlayStation, or is it to just establish, like, you know, conquer the silver screen or the, you know, the televisions as a new venture for Sony?
Yeah, it all just seems to be this new push to expand PlayStation outward, because it's been obviously, you know, you've only had the PlayStation consoles for a long time, right? And you know, their first party stuff has been historically exclusive to those consoles, but now, you know, they're putting things out on PC, and they're making a move into mobile games as well. So it just kind of makes sense with their strategy of putting PlayStation out there to a broader audience.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's for me right now, I am, I suppose, cautiously optimistic. I would need to see what kind of quality they're bringing out, whether it's just, you know, saying it's a God of War show, but it doesn't actually have that quality, or, you know, like, what kind of angle, what kind of product are we going to get from this? Is it going to be something for the gamers, or is this just entirely tailoring to a new audience? So it will be exciting to see, but we're going to keep it short and snappy here today. So thank you everyone for watching, and let us know down below which of these shows you're excited for. Are you looking forward to them? Are you, you know, a bit wary of the kind of quality that we're going to get? Let us know down below, and as always, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel as always as well. Thank you, Stephen, for joining me today.
Cheers.
See you next time.